Virgo, how are you? I hope you are doing well, my loves. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Nina, or Sinfulpluto, and if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for your love, for your support. I hope you have been doing well. I hope you've been treating yourselves well, drinking water, eating food regularly, affirming how amazing you are, all of the good stuff. So Virgo, this week we're going to be going over what you should be expecting for the week of July 29th. Just to disclaim, this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to everyone, all right, my love? If this message doesn't resonate with you, then it wasn't meant for you, okay? This is going to apply to Tropical and Sidereal, Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. So check both of those. If you don't know what your placements are, you can go ahead to astro.com and it will give you everything that you need to know. Alrighty? Okay. So let's get into it, Virgo. What should you be expecting for the upcoming week? What should Virgo expect for the upcoming week? What's in store for Virgo? What is in store for you guys? What is in store for Virgo the week of July 29th? What is in store for Virgo? We got 3 cards. Okay, we have Temperance. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, Gemini, or Virgo. And then we have the 4 of Cups. We got this for... Who did we get this for? We got this for Leo as well. So maybe you're feeling a little bit emotionally drained. Temperance. And the 9 of Wands reversed. Okay? And then we have the 10 of Wands reversed. We have the 10 of Wands reversed, and then under that, we have the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Alrighty. So you could be dealing with a Gemini, Sagittarius, or another Virgo. This could also be your own energy where there's a need of moderation. There's a need for patience going on here. Excuse me. Okay. Or you could be disappointed about something that is in relation to a Sagittarius, Gemini, or Virgo. The 4 of Cups to me is someone who is kind of ignoring all of the upsides. They're kind of ignoring any sort of offer that is being made to them. There's kind of also a lack of inspiration, or maybe even feeling like you're not good enough. Because I feel like with this 4 of Cups, I'm noticing with this 4 of Cups here that... You know, they're looking down and their emotions are pouring out and their heart is empty, but they have a guitar and they have all of these things, they have all of these tools, so I feel like there's just this overall sense of disappointment. And I feel like this person is very talented or multi-talented. They have a lot of really wonderful skills for something, and I feel like there's just a sense of disappointment here. It's, maybe you feel like you have given your all into something, you have given your whole heart into something, but it wasn't, but you weren't met with the response that you were looking for, it kind of seems like. It could also be that maybe you're just ignoring the offer of someone, ignoring the offer for the betterment of yourself, if that kind of makes sense. I also feel that with this 4 of Cups, you might be ignoring the signs for something. You might be ignoring the offers or just ignoring the upside. You're kind of just focusing on the fact that your heart is feeling drained, that your heart is feeling drained, that your energy just isn't all into it. Or you could just be focusing on all of the bad and kind of just really in your own mind. Excuse me. Really in your own mind. Just feeling bad about yourself and just maybe even being a little bit self-deprecating. And I feel like with this Temperance card, this is kind of saying that you need to be more compassionate towards yourself. You need to be a little bit more patient with yourself. And I think that you have to realize that you can't do everything at extremes. I feel like some of you may have been overworking yourselves too much, and I feel that for some of you, you have worked so much and you were not getting results. So rather than taking a break and cutting yourself some slack, you kept on working harder and harder. So you were doing the opposite of what you really need to do. And so I feel that with Temperance, that's kind of telling me that you just need to balance everything out. You need to find a sense of moderation, because I feel like you've been taking things a little bit to the extremes. And that's why we have the 9 of Wands reversed, which is a need for you to let down your guard. I feel like some of you Maybe some of you are having a hard time being emotional or expressing your emotions. It might be that you're isolating yourself or ignoring other people. And I think that with the Nine of Wands reverse, this is saying that you need to let down your guard and you need to express your emotions to other people, obviously within moderation here. But I feel like someone, perhaps a Gemini, Virgo, or Sagittarius, could really help you out in moderating your emotions or in feeling out your emotions or just expressing yourself, if that kind of makes sense. I feel like they would be able to give you the guidance that you have been looking for or the guidance that you need, but you need to let down your guard in the first place. There's also a feeling of paranoia that you need to let go of. And with the Ten of Wands reversed, it feels like there's just a burden on your shoulders. There's a very heavy burden on your shoulders. There's just a sense of disbelief. And this disbelief is more so related to the fact that you don't believe that you're good enough, or you don't believe that you can fulfill yourself emotionally. I feel like you're just thinking about things in a way of lack, and that you lack a lot of things rather than being grateful or rather than enjoying the experiences that you're living. I feel like you're just thinking, I need more, I need more, I need more, which is kind of working against you. So I feel that with the Ten of Wands reversed, you need to let everything go. You need to let go of the burdens. You need to let down your walls. And I feel that you need to regain sight of what your true intended goal was, because I feel like you have lost that along the path with this Ten of Wands reversed. You have lost sight of the path, and I think that's why you feel so disappointed or so just melancholy about something. You're not focusing on the right things, and I think that Temperance is kind of reminding you what the true path was, or Temperance is there to remind you that it's all a matter of balance. It's all a matter of moderation. It's all a matter of patience. And I think even believing in divine timing. And I think even being more in tune with your spirituality, being more in tune with your emotions, because I think that externally you're doing fine, but emotionally you're not okay. Your emotions are completely imbalanced. Your spiritual self, your higher self is completely out of whack. And I think that you need to align yourself with your true purpose, if you will. And I feel that you haven't been able to do that because your guard is just up, and I feel that you're just way too, your feet are too deeply planted onto the earth, and not really in a good way. And we also have the Four of Pentacles, which can signify greed. It can signify being very possessive. It can also signify someone who's trying to be very controlling. And I also have the King of Swords here. So yes, you are very intelligent, and yes, you know how to get your way, and yes, you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom. But I feel that a lot of you are using your knowledge and wisdom not with the best of intentions, and I feel like you're not going about things the right way. I feel like you're trying to control every single thing that happens in your life. I feel like you're trying to control other people in your life to make them kind of bend down to your will, especially with this Four of Pentacles. You're kind of expecting everyone to do what you want and to do what you say. Whenever I see this card in this deck, I see someone basically playing dollhouse, and they're picking up the little dolls and moving them around, and obviously, like, dolls are inanimate objects, so the person is in complete control of what the dolls do. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on, is like you're trying to play dollhouse, you're trying to be in control of what everything happens and what everyone says and what everyone does, but it's not working in your favor because you're not supposed to be in control of everything. It could also be that there's something within yourself that you're holding on to within yourself really strongly, and again, you want to feel in control, and that's why your guard is all the way up, because you're not letting anyone in. You're not allowing yourself to be vulnerable. There's a fear of vulnerability, I think, and I feel like you're keeping all of your emotions to yourself, which I don't think is very good for you. If anything, I need you to drain your emotions out healthily, because I feel that there's a lot of anxiety surrounding the situation, or surrounding just in your life in general with this Nine of Swords here. I feel that you're overthinking things. It could be that you have insomnia. It could be that you're just overstimulated. There's just an overstimulation in information, and you're having a hard time just processing everything. And I feel that you really need to give yourself a break and take a step back so that you can feel out your emotions, because I think that it's a lot for you right now. definitely feel like you need to go hermit mode so that you can heal from whatever it is that you're going through right now. Because I have the hermit and then I also have the 3 of Swords reversed. So there's something that you need to heal from, and you will only be able to heal from it once you go into hermit mode. This is also your card. So once you kind of just isolate yourself a little bit from the world, not to the point where you're not talking to anyone at all and like you're never leaving your room or anything, but like once you give it a little bit of time, once you give yourself a little bit of time to just rest, to just reflect and meditate, I feel like you will feel a lot better. And I feel that once you give time for yourself to heal, things will kind of go full circle, because I do have the World and the Ace of Wands and then the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like once you take the time to reflect and to give yourself a break and not overwhelm yourself so much, and once you surrender to trying to be in control of something, and once you kind of put yourself in a mindset of abundance rather than lack, I feel that I think that you will feel a lot better. And I feel that it's important for you not to have such rigid or high expectations of other people with this King of Swords, because yes, you are very intellectual, but with this King of Swords, this says that you're incredibly detached from your emotions, or you portray yourself to be that way. And there's kind of a lack of empathy that you have for other people, or a lack of empathy that you have for yourself. It can even be the fact that you lack empathy and compassion for yourself, and that reflects in the way that you treat other people. So I think that with this Hermit card, this is saying that you need to heal your own traumas, your own pains, so that you can treat people the way that they deserve to be treated, rather than treating them the way you treat yourself. So that's kind of what I see needs to go on here. I think that with the Nine of Swords, again, I feel that you're overstimulated because you're trying to be in control of everything. It's almost like you would rather have the weight of the world on your shoulders because you think that you know what's best and you think that you know how to handle the situation properly, but you don't, because you're overwhelming yourself and because you're draining yourself emotionally, you're draining yourself spiritually and energetically. And so I feel that it's really important for you to let go of the burdens, especially burdens that literally don't even belong to you. You need to let down your guard, and you need to be vulnerable with yourself. You need to allow your emotions to come through, and not be so rigid. But especially with this King of Swords, you need to not be so rigid, and you need to stop holding your other people to the standard that you hold yourself, because that's unrealistic and that's not fair. And I feel like that's why you're trying to control them, because it's like, or that's why you feel that only you can do all of these things that you. That's why you feel that you need to carry all of these burdens, because you feel like you're the only person who can do that properly, or that you own that your way is the right way, essentially, and it's not always. Excuse me. Oh, I need water. My goodness. So that's basically what I'm seeing happening for you. And I feel like that's kind of pushing you away from people in your life, because you're being a little bit too rigid. You have these unrealistically high expectations, and you're really holding people to those expectations. And I feel that it's not fair, because not everyone lives based off of your standards, and you shouldn't expect them to. But I also think that you're holding yourself to really unrealistically high standards, and you're having a hard time actually fulfilling them. And you're having a hard time, being the perfectionist that you are, in a sense. And it's just, this is all working against you. And that's why we have the Four of Cups of just feeling really despondent and feeling really emotionally unfulfilled. So I think it's important that you take the time to yourself, that you meditate and you reflect on your own behavior, your own actions, your own mindsets, your own thoughts, so that you can come out of this and you can heal your own thoughts, you can heal your own traumas, pains, whatever it is. I think specifically this is about healing the way in which you perceive the world, or the way in which you the way you think. It's your mindset, it's your thoughts, because Swords is communication, it's your thought processes whatever. But yeah, so I feel that things need to come full circle, and I feel like once you are able to heal the things, you have the World, which is the completion of a cycle and the beginning of a new, and then we have the Ace of Wands, which is an ability to chase after your passions, or there's something that you are passionate about that you are being offered. And and you're getting closer to your goal, because I also have the Nine of Pentacles. So you're getting closer to your goal, which is really good. And I feel that things are, slowly but surely making their way. You're making your way to the top, I feel that. But you need to take the time for yourself and just reflect on everything, like I keep saying. And just reach full circle in terms of, like, learning the lessons that you need to learn, and not being such a control freak, because I know that you tend to be that way sometimes, because you have a certain standard, which I understand, but not everyone sees what you see, and not everyone can do what you do. So it's just not fair to hold just unfair and unrealistic standards. So let's see. Is there anything that I want to clarify? Honestly, I feel like I got it all, man. I feel like I did. Yeah. So we have the Eight of Wands reversed here, which is a delay in action. I feel that you really need to delay in action. You need to delay any sort of action that you are doing right now. You need to delay whatever it is that you need to do, whatever thing that you want to do, whatever message you want to send, so that you can reflect, so that you can meditate. And I feel like once that happens, you'll reach your Nine of Cups moment right now. Yeah, you need to have patience, because I feel like some of you are really trying to rush this. Six of Pentacles. You're trying to rush into the situation, right? You're trying to rush time. You're trying to, and that's why we have the Eight of Wands reverse, where it's like you're like, the universe is trying to make you slow down, because you're trying to do too much at once right now. And I feel that you need to slow down. You absolutely need to slow down. You need to think things through. You need to have a strategy. I feel that you need to reanalyze or re-strategize your initial plan. And I think that in general, you just need to be more patient. I mean, we have a clock here. So you have to be definitely more patient. You absolutely have to be more patient. And you have to take time into consideration, so that you can reach your Nine of Cups moment of, having your wish fulfilled, of having your dreams fulfilled. I feel that there's a delay for a reason. There's a delay for a reason, because you're trying to rush everything, and it's just too much for you to handle. You're taking on too much at once, and it's not working out in your favor. So the universe is trying to make you slow down, I feel like, and re-strategize, and just take the time to actually think. For some of you, it doesn't even have to be like creating a new plan. It just means like delaying things and not rushing completely into it and being impulsive and not thinking things through. Because when you're just trying to rush into it, you miss out on details. You overlook things. And no matter how much you think that you have everything laid out and planned out, you're still human. So, and you're not perfect. So there can definitely be, just little holes in your plan that could potentially not work out if you don't think them through, okay? And if you're just trying to rush into everything. So, yeah, boy. I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards from the Spirit Animal Oracle to see what we get for you guys, okay? So, let's see what we have for you, Virgo. What message do you need to hear right now for the week of July? July 29th. Okay. What message does Virgo need to hear for this upcoming week? What message does Virgo need to hear for this upcoming week? All right, I got one card. Okay. Skunk Spirit, know your worth. So this to me talks about, like, obviously, I think this has to do with the fact that you need to treat yourself better, because I don't think that you've been treating yourself right. I don't think that you've been taking care of yourself. I don't think you've been drinking enough water. I don't think you've been eating enough. I don't think you've been getting enough rest. I feel like you've been overthinking, you've been overworking yourself, and you need to take care of yourself. You need to know your worth, and you need to be strong at all times. You need to have enough energy at all times so that you can go through with whatever plan that you have properly, and it goes through successfully. Because if you're tired all of the time, you don't have the space to think clearly. You don't have, 20/20 vision. And when you don't have the 20/20 vision because you're so tired, that's where you have more rooms to make mistakes. So I need you to really take care of yourself and believe that you are worthy of beautiful things, and you are worthy of being taken care of. And I need you to just balance everything out. I need you to do everything in moderation, not take everything to extremes. I need you to just relax for a minute and just give yourself some space to think, to reflect, to introspect, to just do whatever it is that you need to do, so that when you come back, you're better, you're stronger, you're wiser, and you know exactly what you need to do. That's all I'm saying. Because I feel like the universe is working with you. They're on your side. So use that to your advantage, but I feel that the universe can only help you as much as you let it. So if you're just trying to do all of the work, if you're trying to take on all of the burdens, then it's not going to work out for you. And the universe is going to be like, okay, so you have everything in check. Okay, you don't need me. So obviously, you can't do everything on your own. You can try, but you're just going to be tired. Like, you're going to be so tired. So, just take that into consideration, Virgo. Alright, so what affirmation does Virgo need to hear at this time? Alright, we got 3. Jeez. Alright, we have communication. Wonder how that other person's feeling? Ask them. Wish they knew how you were feeling? Tell them. You've just been drafted into the communication army, where there is a strict do ask, do tell policy. Speak with kindness and gentleness and reach an understanding. If you don't, assumption will just make asses out of everyone, including the person who came up with that aphorism. Aphorism? Aphorism? Aphorism. Courage. No one is fearless. No one. But even though I'm not fearless, I am courageous. When fear shows up, I don't run away from it. I use my courage to conquer it. My courage allows me to walk right up to that fear and kick it in the nuts, then quickly hide behind someone bigger until it goes away. And then we have generosity. I give generously to those around me, no matter how much or how little I have. I know there is more than enough to go around, and that the key is to allow it to keep going around without stopping. If I stop the flow, I'm like the one person at the stadium who doesn't do the wave. So take that into consideration, Virgo. And also generosity. Generosity is all 4 of Pentacles. If you have been very selfish, and if you have been trying to keep everything to yourself, if you have been trying to keep all of your wealth only to yourself and not give anything to anyone, you need to practice generosity a lot more, because this is possessiveness. This is you trying to be in control of everything. This is you trying to keep everything to yourself. This is you just being incredibly possessive of whatever it is that you have. And you need to be a lot more free-flowing with whatever it is that you're possessive over. So take that into consideration. Okay, thank you. Alrighty, Virgo. That is all that I have for you, my loves, and I will talk to you soon. Alright? Bye.